the first 5 years of marriage, or maybe the first years of marriage, they are the most hardest, by the way. Because that is
honeymoon.
You see, honeymoon inaanzaga when you're dating, then when you get married, then mkikaka kidogo reality na down. So your time ndio anajuanga this gentleman kuna some weakness fulani yako nazo.
Nilikuwa na feel it is too much. Hivyo vile anasema it is too much, it is difficult. Sasa nimeolewa sasa. Hata there was a time nilikuwa nashindanga kumuuliza every night. Sasa mimi ni bibi ya mtu. Sasa mimi nimeolewa hivi ndio.
Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to yet another episode of It's Giving Love, where we talk about love, intimacy, relationships and marriage. And I am your host, Romy Johnson. And on today's episode, we're talking about a beautiful thing. We're talking about love, okay? We're talking about marriage, you know? Nowadays people have really wameharibu marriage. They speak so badly about marriage. They dismiss marriage. They say marriage is outdated, is not necessary. And today nimewaletea a couple who will prove you wrong, you know, what I will prove wrong on beyond everything. This is a couple that have stuck together. They have beautiful children. They have a very fruitful and fulfilling marriage, and they are a testimony to say that marriage really does work. Nyinyi wakosema ati marriage does not work. Today we are gonna prove you wrong. So today I am graced by the Dirangos. Drum rolls.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
We're good.
Tuko salama, yeah?
Tuko salama, tunashukuru.
Yeah?
We are happy to be here.
Welcome to It's Giving Love.
Good.
So let's start off by you introducing yourself. Tuanze with the gentleman. Yeah, tuambie who you are, what you do. Hata unaweza jimarket, maybe tunaweza kukutafuta mtandaoni, you know?
Yeah, so my name is Dirango Josephat. I'm a journalist by profession.
Yes.
But my purpose in life of late is mentorship. So I've had an opportunity to mentor young boys.
Yes.
So I'm standing with the boy child.
Yes.
And that is what I do most of the time. But over and above that, I'm a full-time husband and a full-time father.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and that is one thing that I'm so proud of.
Yes.
And on top of even what I do out there, that is what give me the fulfillment most, the motivation, and also the challenge to even do better and to be better.
Yes.
And Nikona, my beautiful wife here, Namwitanga, my sunshine, as you can see.
Meta, she's glowing.
Yeah. So in this life, ukitafuta pia unatafuta mtu mwenye anakucompliment.
Yes, very true.
Yeah, so she's here.
So
to introduce.
Okay.
And then she'll say about herself.
Sasa Mombi.
Hi, how are you, my darling?
Good. So my name is Evelyn Dirango. My profession is business management. I have businesses here and there. And I'm a mother of 3 boys, Wayne, Diam, and Ethan. And a wife, and I'm everything.
Yes. So I've called these guys today because, as I said, I think they're a testimony to marriage, okay? And I think every couple which meets you na in a path of marriage, they always want you to be their mentors. They always want you to be wala watu after wedding wanaitangwa nini? After wedding wanaitangwa aje hapo chini?
Wale watu wanasimamianga
wanaitangwa aje?
Best couple.
Yes, best couple. I swear in all the marriages, all the couples, I think people choose you as the best couples. And people, they can't just randomly choose you as the best couple. Kuna kitu wanaona, kuna kitu sisi wote tunaona. Hata mdoni waite hapa, there is something I saw, okay? So let's start off by your love story, your love journey. How did you guys meet? Tuanze na wewe Dirango. Ulikuwa wapi? Ulikuwa unafanya maisha ilikuwa imekuchapa aje?
Yeah, kweli, by the way, life ilikuwa imenichapa. But as I say, she's my sunshine. So she's come to me, not only in the physical sunshine, but also in also other ways, like financially, in terms of support for me as a man. But our love story started somewhere in a town. I don't want to mention the town.
Mbona utaki kusema? Wanaweza
But
wafuata.
anyway, it's a town. Wawezi tupata. Lakini in a place called Utawala.
Okay.
So that's where our love story started. So for me, it started earlier. Mbele yake.
Okay.
Because I used to see her.
Oh.
So alikuwa anafanya shughuli zake 1-2 namuona kwa street anafanya shopping and all that.
Uko ule tape yangu mali safi.
Huyu ni crush wangu. So hata nikimwona na change walking style. But
ati wewe una change walking style.
Of course ni bonus kidogo ni vile.
See me.
But unfortunately hakuwa anaona. Ilikuwa tu ni stories zangu. So mimi ndio nilikuwa najiona. But nikamwona several times and but for me I thought she's married because of the way alikuwa anajibeba. I could see someone anajibeba na respect, venye anafanya vitu zake. So I was like, let me keep off. Yeah, she's a married lady. Until one day kwa particular shop hapo Utawala. So I was just there coincidentally. Nimetoka tu shughuli zangu za kuhustle, life imenibit. Akakam and then she said hi. So Krashi akiwa Krashi.
Unajua hata ulishtuka.
Acha kushtuka. Sikuweza kujibu. So I'm sure alienda kishanga huyu jamani nini bana.
Also alikwambia hai ukamfanya
mazo. Alikuwa tu sasa and I'm like before nijibu I think alikuwa shamaliza shughuli zote za hiyo shop na akaenda. So mimi ndio nikagather my courage and I was left there with the shopkeeper. She was a lady who is already is also a friend of us nowadays. And nikamwambia by the way you see that lady I'm going to marry her. I told that shopkeeper today that day that nikamwambia nitamuoa.
Really?
Yeah, that's the rest is history. We are here.
That's amazing. Okay, before Eva tells us her version, I've had that statement a couple of times. Unajua, someone meets with someone and then the first interaction you could like, you know what, I am going to marry you. And most of the couples who say wanakwanga unasemanga mimi nitakuoa, nitaoa msichana. Ni nini ilifanya? Ni nini ukasema? Unajua, that's a very big decision to make actually. Unajua, that's a very big thought to have. Ni nini ilikai ukasema, you know what, did something come over you? You know what, this is what I want. How did you feel?
It's something that I can't explain, and I think most people can't explain the same. Ni kitu ina come to over you and you're like, yes, this is it. Ni kama ukiona tu kitu like something you like, you're like, yes, this is it, and you don't have any question about it. And by the way, as I was saying, yes, I meant it in my heart, but sikuwa na any assurance that is going to happen. I was like, yes, I'm going to get married to.
Na bado kwa akili yako unajua ni bibia wenyewe.
Yes, in fact, let me surprise you. That day as they were walking off the shop, there was another gentleman behind her. So he was a friend. Yeah, but actually not even assume the shopkeeper can discourage. Akaniambia unaona huyu jamaa kwa nyuma yake.
Ni wake.
Huyo ndio mtu yake. But mimi nikasema irregardless.
Huyo ndo naoa.
Ameweka pete ndo. Hapo mimi ndio naweka pete.
That's amazing. Now I would like to hear your version of the story. Unajua yako na version yake, wewe uko na version yako. Wewe first interaction from your first interaction to hadi ndo useme haya ndo mwanze kuongeleshana. Ndo useme hi.
Okay, so hata mimi the first day yenye nilimuona ilikuwa kwa shop. So vile nilimuona kwa shop nikamsalimia tu hi, but mimi pia I thought is someone's husband.
Okay,
that's what I thought.
Yes.
So mimi nikamsalimia tu na mimi nikaenda zangu. So after a while a friend mwenye alikuwa tu kwa hiyo shop akakuja akaniambia bado unajua kuna chali fulani nataka namba yako nini.
So shopkeeper ndo aliwaleta pamoja. She did the thing. She did the thing.
So akaniambia kuna jamaa fulani nataka namba yako sijui nini. Kama mjamaa mgani nini. So kuna siku tena tukameet na yeye before now giving out my number. Tukameet na yeye tena. So huyo dem tukasalimiana tu, sasa akanionyesha bado unaona chali huyu ndo alikuwa anataka namba yako. So ndo nikamwambia sasa mpatie. So tukaanza kuongea nini, nika feel at home. Hata the first day yenye nilienda kwake he mentioned it that I'm going to marry you, I love you already, I want to have a family with you.
Mr. Dirango, the first date.
hadi akaniambia and I'm going to marry you in a church wedding.
Wow.
He told me that and he did.
That's amazing. Okay, ukisema hizi vitu hauko unafikiria, unajua some words can chase someone away. Unajua hivyo like anaweza kususa big words, nitakuoa, I love you, na kuna watu wengine huko nje wako like mtu ameniambia ananipenda na siku moja, red flag, you know. Ama uko naogopa. How did you take it?
Okay, so mimi for me sasa nimeishi Nairobi and I know the kind of men wako. Naona so nilikuwa like so huyu ni chali wa Nairobi mmoja wao mwenye anajifanyanga will marry you nini. So nilikuwa na perspective yao, so hao ni wale wanaomonyo wanakujanga kutumia wanawake alafu hawana wadamu. But at the end of the day, at the end of it all, bado we got married na akafanya the church wedding na tukaenda.
Whatever he said that day he fulfilled.
Exactly.
Haya. For you guys who don't know, Eva is a tighter babe. She's a tighter babe. I think it's evident. Mkimwangalia mnaweza ona once. So for you guys to get married, okay? How did you envision life in marriage? Let's start with you, Dirango. Wewe ndo useme nataka kuoa, uli envision aje life, and is it the way it is right now?
Yeah, so maybe just to pick it up to where Uli sema about the assurance of I getting married to her.
Yes.
It's because I was in a space in my life that I wanted something serious. And it's been my goal and my dream, even growing up, even when I was a young boy,
yes,
that I'll get a lady, not in a funny way, and I will want to give her respect and honor. And the kind of respect I wanted to give her is through marriage and church wedding, in front of her parents, in front of her family, so that I can give her honor. Okay, so that was the biggest drive. And when I looked at her, and when I was looking at her eyes, I was feeling it at her today. When I just look at her eyes, I feel at home. I feel good. No, there is that feeling of good. Unasikia yes.
Unafanya Ivana fall in love again times two.
It's true.
In love again. Oh my God, that's my man.
So actually, I sikuwa na any other option other maybe to hesitate to say I'm not going to marry her. I was certain, deep down I was certain. But of course, on being certain, nilikuwa naomba God. Naomba God, this young lady, I'm in Francia, and I want to settle down with her, and I want to, give her the honor that she deserves. So in anything, as much as I'm saying these words, you make it happen.
Yes.
So on the question about envisioning life, well, one, I had, a question about marriage. Just because from what we hear from Ukoinje, and you see what happens mostly in marriages is that most people pronounce the bad thing in marriage.
Yes.
They don't pronounce the good thing in marriage.
Yes.
It is very hard to hear a story. Like for example, a story is once in a million.
Aki.
Yeah.
And ours will not. They expect the worst, negative.
Yeah. So people have got nasty breakups on social media, and most people pick it up on that.
Yes.
There is this myth that every man cheats. And you see, those are some of the fallacies that zinafanya marriage ikue like very difficult and something like out of this world.
Yes.
But it's just fault. And a few people out there, they may have been hurt by wrong people.
Yes.
So they start to propel that narrative that marriage doesn't work. It is the wrong people that you've met. So I will advise people there, just heal. Yeah, that is the wrong person. That is the wrong chapter in your life.
Yeah.
There are people who are good. There are people who can prioritize you and make you the key priority. I envisioned marriage to be difficult.
Oh,
Let me say the truth.
Like everyone.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
So I had some worry and some concern, and I felt like, this is a lot of work. If this now is no longer about me.
Yeah.
I have my beautiful lady here. We are going to have kids.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of hard work in terms of responsibilities. Hizo vitu zote. So nilikuwa na feel hapa itakuwa mlima. But I'm shocked nowadays. It is very simple. One, I will say, by me getting her,
yes.
things started working. I was able to move from where I was living to a better place. And it is because of her challenging me. Not, as a helper, she's not just sitting there waiting for me to
provide
to do all things. She's pushing me. She's
yes.
like, you need to have your dreams. You need to push on your dreams. It is possible. You can do it. And that is actually what has made me to be here today.
Yes.
Yeah? And then, ikakuwa marriage is not hard as I thought. It's something very easy. Provided the two of you meamua, this is our marriage.
Yeah.
This is our family. We need to commit to each other. No matter what, we need to work.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why most of the time I even keep her out of social media. Though anakuanga na question about that.
Yeah.
But it's because I treasure her.
Oh, so you don't post her?
I post her once. She says nampostigi birthday.
Birthday, anniversary. Oh, by the way, guys, the anniversary is coming up very soon.
Yeah.
And something I've noticed about this couple is they celebrate their anniversary.
Yeah.
And siku hizi si rahisi sana tupatie watu waki celebrate some things. Even nowadays, hadi birthdays zimekuwa diminished to something like nothing, unajua. So the fact that you guys treasure your anniversary, like they go extra and beyond. I actually attended their anniversary party and it was totally beautiful. This man right here is a gem. So later before niseme congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank
so how
you.
many years have you been married now?
We've known each other for over 8 years now. Yeah, now, but getting married is the 5th year that we're celebrating our anniversary. And we are happy that we've been able to manage this.
Yes.
The first 5 years of marriage, or maybe the first years of marriage, they are the most hardest, by the way. Because that is...
honeymoon?
You see, honeymoon inaanzaga when you're dating, then when you get married,
sasa
then
ndo hapo
mkikaka
sa
kidogo, reality na down. So your time ndio anajuanga, this gentleman, kuna some weakness flani yako nazo.
Yes.
So she really have to have a very big heart to kuni accommodate.
Yes.
Hata mimi na learn a few things, of
yes.
course, but ana weakness sana. So I'm not saying this, but you can imagine.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so it's actually nimefanya research. Most people actually throw in the towel in the first 5 years because they feel like easy characters. Sikuziona during dating time.
Yes.
Na nimeanza kuziona, so let me throw in the towel.
Na venye siku hizi watu wanaboeka haraka sana. People nowadays tend to give up really quick.
In fact, let me she has, she can put it well.
Yes.
In terms of how the dating was,
Yes.
and how like for what she urged me, we need to be real. Babe, you can
sasa utuambie the same thing, like utuambie how you envisioned marriage and is it the way it is right now?
So vile envision marriage, it was not an easy thing for me. The perspective out there, what nilikuwa na feel it is too much. Hivyo vile anasema it is too much, it is difficult. Sasa nimeolewa sasa. Hata there was a time nilikuwa nashindanga kumuuliza every night. Sasa mimi ni bibi ya mtu. Sasa mimi nimeolewa hivi ndio. Naona so nilikuwa na woga because hapo nje watu wanakuambia when you get married, mwanaume akianza kupata pesa anaanza kuchange. Mwanaume akipata pesa, unaona? So kuna vitu zenye zilikuwa already kwa mind yangu. Kizaa mwanaume anaanza ku cheat nini. But it is not true. Marriage is a beautiful thing.
Wow.
Na vile nilikaa sasa kwa marriage hadi kuna siku sasa nikaanza kumwambia so people have bad attitude towards marriage, but it is not this way ama that way. Kumbe marriage sasa nimeona marriage it is easy, very easy. Kuna time hata nilikuwa namwambia marriage ni very easy, ni watu wanaifanya inakuwa difficult. Na watu wanaweka perspective ya marriage is difficult, so mtu akiingia hapo anaingia na uoga. But now you need to stand firm to do things zenye zinafaa kufanyika for you to stand. Because sasa wewe sema eti sasa akona weaknesses zenye hata sikuwa naona akiwa tuna date, but mnakaa chini unamwambia babe huku unandalanga, we used to watch movie the whole night, what happens ama what is happening. So mnaendelea kuongea, then vitu zina as long as asikize, then anajaribu kama kuna usingizi anajaribu kupunguza, mna work out.
Do you feel like ndo fikia point of saying marriage is a beautiful thing is because you chose the right person?
Well,
because kuna watu wako in marriages na watu wana go through it, they're not happy in their marriages because walichagua some other men. Unajua kuna not all men are like Mr. Dirango Josephat.
Ndio sasa hata mimi naweza sema for those ladies wenye wamezalishwa huko nje, don't give up. Usi give up because that man amekuthrow away with your kid, your hustling and stuff. Be steady. Ujue that these men wenye wako na dignity, they love family, they love, unaona, they have respect. Kuwa tu ujuange tu kuna wanaume wenye ni different.
Yeah.
Cause mimi vile nilikam kwa life ya Dirango, nilifeel wow, so this man is different. Cause so kuna wanaume wenye ni different. Kuna wanaume wenye anaweza penda, akupende deep mpaka u feel at home. U feel like you can tell this man everything.
Like he's your best friend.
Yes, he's your best friend. You can tell him everything. Anakusupport. You have a shoulder to lean on.
Yeah.
Anakusupport. You cry. Unamaliza. Unafuta machozi. Ukishamaliza kufuta machozi unacheka. So una feel wow. Unaona? Maybe at that time you didn't have anybody.
Yes.
But now you have him.
Yeah.
So watu wasikuwe na perspective ya marriage is hard. Marriage is not hard.
Okay. Hi, let me ask you a question. Sasa, okay, do you feel like you have the right, I don't know if tunaweza sema, you have the right choices in men? Like, do you feel, okay, in your life, najua Dirango is not the only man who may date.
Yeah.
Kuna venye mtu anakaguanga mwanaume anataka, si ndio? Uko like anakaa hivi, this is someone I'll date. Anakaa pana, si ndio? Do you feel like you have right choosing skills when it comes to men, ama uliona ulimwangukia tu ulimwangukia?
Niliangukia. Nilikuwa na qualities zangu about a man that I want in my life.
So he had the quality.
He had the quality. I want a straightforward man.
Yes.
I want a man who respects wife.
Yes.
I want a man who says something and he does it.
Yes.
Unaona, I want a man who will love me the way I am.
Yes.
Na nipende kabisa. That is the only key.
Yeah.
Mimi nilikuwa natafutanga mwanaume atanipenda. I don't want your money. I don't want what you have. I don't care if you have a mansion or whatever.
Yes.
If you sleep on a couch. I don't care.
Yes.
As long as you love me, we are going to make it the two of us.
Yes.
Hivyo tu, kwa sababu wanawake wengi wanaangalia pesa. Huyu mwanaume akona nini?
Wanaangalia
Anaweza
tu
ni provide
pesa.
nini? Anaweza nipeleka out. Si lazima uende out. Nunua drink kama unataka. Kunywa kwa nyumba.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yes.
The two of you.
Yeah.
Si lazima eti sasa muende out. He doesn't have money.
Yeah.
But there is a time will come yenye mtakuwa make it together.
Yes.
Mka hustle. Hata utakuwa proud of having that dinner with your husband. Because mme hustle together.
Exactly.
Hiyo pesa mmetafuta mkiwa wawili. So unaikula vizuri.
Yes. So what you're telling the women out there, don't make sure you get the man who has the qualities
that you want as a woman.
Don't settle.
Yeah, don't settle on less.
Yeah, don't settle for less because it inaweza kuramba. Exactly. Make sure you akona all the qualities that you have.
Yeah.
Sindio? At the end of the day, this is a long-term commitment. Sindio? Usiweze settle kwa kitu una in future itakuja messed up. Sindio? So, as a couple, how do you guys deal? I'm sure as 8 years knowing each other, 5 years in marriage, najua it's not been merry all the time, itakuwa tu mzuri, umekuwa na mavita na nini. So how do you guys handle arguments? How do you mnafanyanga nini? How do you guys handle it?
Yeah, maybe just to pick up from where my beautiful wife amesema about the qualities.
Yes.
It is very important. It's very important. You see, during dating period, everybody is giving out, or maybe he's presenting his best self.
Yes.
Unakuja, you meet this person once a week or twice a week, and then you come in your best mood, in your best behavior. So most of the weaknesses inafichika pale. And but what I advise is, on top of the qualities that you have, like for example, me, I'll say, I want a loving woman.
Yes.
I want someone who is respectful. I want someone who can challenge me and put me on accountability to be better.
Yes.
So itakuwa easy when you meet that someone, you'll be able to note that, we are all those qualities and they are ticking. And the universe has got a very unique way of bringing two people who are like-minded together.
Yes.
Because unaona venye anasema alikuwa na all those qualities. Hata mimi nilikuwa na a lot of qualities. Nilikuwa na a list nataka kutika.
Nataka.
Yeah. Of course, being brown was one of them.
Lazima kuwe kitu safi.
Yeah. But what she told me when we were dating, she said, let's put everything on the table.
Yes.
I want you to be as real as you are with me. Okay?
Yes.
So don't pretend.
Let's reveal that veil.
Yeah.
Tutoe your fakeness.
Let's put it out
Acha
there.
tukue tu venye
Yes.
tuko.
And that is what actually challenges most marriages today. Because wakuwa real, they were fake when they are dating.
Yes.
Kila mtu anajaribu kuonesha what, but ikifika pale the real thing or the real person comes out.
Uko like,
Now,
hey, this is not
now
what I
shako.
signed.
Yeah.
Like, this is not what I signed up for.
And maybe your 2 kids down the line, or maybe 1 kid down the line.
Right.
So you're like, what? Unaona?
Yeah.
So, unaanza kuregret. So I say, have that hard conversation.
Yes.
It is a hard talk,
Yes.
but have it.
Yes.
Have those hard questions. Like for her, alikuwa ananiuliza questions, you're like, what? Yeah. Yani unakuwa like, anakuuliza, yani, but it was important.
Yes.
For her to get the assurance that this is the right man
Yes.
that I want to have in my life.
Yes.
And from that fact that she was asking those questions, I was convinced this is the lady that I want.
Yeah.
Ako so detailed, anataka kujua.
Anataka
So
kujua
mi
kila
hata sikuwa na
kitu.
haja ya kuuliza maswali. Naona tu venye aliuliza maswali, I'm like,
Yeah,
she's
this
the
is
one.
it. Yeah.
So, in the question about the challenges,
Yes.
challenges are there in marriage. That one I'll put it point blank. Fights are there, disagreements are there. Remember, these are 2 people
Yeah.
who grow different places.
Yes.
You have different opinions, different ideas, different experiences,
Yeah, different
culture.
cultures,
Umesikia
kila
umesema,
kitu.
she's my Taita babe. Okay?
Yeah.
All the way from Taita.
Umesikia, oh, my Taita babe.
Njoro.
All the way, and then
Njoro Nakuru.
Njoro Nakuru, imagine. This Kikuyu man.
Yeah.
But we have to blend. So of course kutakuwa na mvurutano hapa na pale.
Yes.
But what we told each other is, so long as we are willing to listen to each other and understand each other, okay? Not just listening, but understanding.
Yes.
So complain, nataka ku understand what does she mean? What does she want, okay? Mimi nikileta something and understand anataka nini,
Yes.
anataka ni behave aje, anataka
Yeah.
nifanyaje. So listening and understanding is one thing. And then number 2, we always make sure that it's me and her against the world.
Yes.
And one of the against the world is a problem that
Yeah.
we are having an argument about.
The world is the problem.
Yeah, the world is the
You
problem.
mko tu sawa.
Yeah, so for us, na najua tongeza, we make sure that the problem doesn't dictate how we treat each other or how or maybe how we, take each other.
Yes.
Hiyo problem tutadili nayo iko independently as the problem.
Yes.
But mimi, I'm not dealing with my wife. She's not dealing with my husband. We are dealing with that problem.
The problem.
Yes. So you
Okay.
focus on that problem. So that is the second thing. We communicate. Nataka tu, as we put it, that you're able to put it as it is. You are real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
Nivi.
happy. Sipendi venye unaekanga viatu ukitoka job. So ujue tu, unaelewa?
Yeah.
It's actually small things, but they make a lot of difference.
Exactly.
You see?
Because you should address those small things.
And they make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
So we say listen, understand. Number 2, make sure that you're not you're focusing on the problem,
Yes.
not against each other.
Yes.
And then number 3, we have actually had that practice of accepting when you are wrong. It is very hard, especially for us men.
Yes.
And I will encourage men out there. That's in our generation. I think the current generation, it is okay. Like, for example, how I mentor with the boys, I tell them it's okay to say sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay sometimes to cry.
Yes.
But when you were being raised, you were told as a man,
Yeah.
one thing that should not come out of your mouth is saying sorry.
Hey.
Yeah, and apologizing. Yeah. Most men will admit.
Because it reduces the ego,
Yeah,
ama?
reduce the ego.
Oh.
Most people will say gangster points itashuka.
Okay.
And it actually applies to both.
Amekaliwa.
Amekaliwa or something. But sisi tulieka that when you're in the wrong, accept, apologize.
Yes.
And then work towards
The problem and
and
find the solution.
rectifying the problem.
You know
So,
what's funny is the fact that tumesema men are the ones who don't know how to accept.
Yeah.
And I know people out there wanasemanga women don't tujangi ku accept.
Yeah.
Si ndo tusemanga like we're never wrong. Unajua before to admit we are wrong. Unakuanga. So the fact tumesema I'm like haya.
By the way, you see, for you it's different. Actually, both of the gender wanakuanga ngumu ku accept. But for you guys, it's different.
Yeah.
Like my wife here, mimi nitakosa kusema sorry na alafu nikosa kufanya anything. Nikae
Yeah.
tu, nikwe gangster, maybe I go there, drive off or do something else.
Yeah.
But for you, when you're apologetic, that day you'll cook me the best meal. Okay?
Yes.
That day you'll do some things Yani you're apologizing but you're not saying it.
Yeah,
but for us men, you're like, you don't want to say that sorry, and then you don't want to follow it with an action of showing that you are apologetic.
That's actually very true. Yeah. Okay. So Eva, tell me, how do you deal with the arguments ama zenye mkopoa unakuangaje? Amesema when mtu very straightforward.
So arguments zinakuanga, fights zinakuanga hivyo vile kunaambiwanga. Marriage is not full of roses. Yes. Sometimes kuna ups and downs, sometimes finances challenges. Sometimes hata nyinyi wenyewe mna disagree, maybe something wewe unataka hivi anataka hivi. Mna disagree hata saa zingine una jam hadi unalia. Unaona? It is marriage na ni hivyo kwa hivyo. So hakuna vile unaweza sema eti marriage iko sasa hivyo. Lazima mta disagree. Huyu mtu si brother yako eti hata brother yako bado mnaweza disagree. Exactly. Unaona mmezaliwa in the same house. But unaona this is a different person mwenye amekuja kwa life yako. So kuna vile unaamua tu mimi nimekasirika na babe mimi sitaki hivi. Alafu sasa mimi by that ananiambia babe usikwange mtrue sana. Ananiambianga babe usikwange mtrue sana, usiambiange watu ukweli sana. But mimi nasema mimi acha niseme ukweli ndio mtu ajue ako na makosa. Mtu ajue that hivyo ndo anafaa kufanya kuliko mbona niende nikusengenya ama niseme something nyuma yako na I can tell you on your face. So mimi nakuanga mtrue, so ananiambia usikwange mtrue sana. So mimi namwambia babe mimi sijapenda hivi na sijapenda kabisa. So mimi my husband kitu yenye ananifurahishaga nayo anakuanga apologetic. Hakuangi hard to apologize. So ki apologize na smile tu. Anamtukuntuku hapo. Sikia poa.
Anakubaia kitu. La nakwambia babe nakuja na nyama choma nini na anakuandalia. Eva is a very good cook, guys. Unajua mtaita nayo chakula hapo na kuandalia chakula unasikia sasa this guy kulafsini when he was single alikuwa anakaa hivi. Maintain you na the wife has really maintained. Wow, that's amazing. So acha niulize swali. Because you said you guys have been married, you did a church wedding, you have 3 children, it's been 5 years now. Sindio, nyinyi find it weird that siku hizi hatuendangi weddings? When was the last time you went to a wedding? Ama nyinyi mnaenda? Mimi sijenda. I don't know the last time I was called to a wedding. I was called to a roadshow. I swear people are not getting married.
Well, people are getting married, eh?
Really?
Yeah, sana.
Ama ni watu wa kwetu.
Ni friends wako will get married.
Yeah, I think you should change your clique of friends. I'm sure there's somewhere that you go sana kuliko the weddings. So please.
Okay.
But people are getting married.
Every Saturday mimi naona gari zikipita or the people are getting married. Naona wow, wanaingia kwa ndoa. Good luck.
That's amazing. So, mimi niko na swali Eva. You're a very beautiful woman. Okay?
Thank you.
You're a beautiful woman. This woman has 3 children. 3 boys, kwanza. She's a mom of 3 boys. Okay. How do you manage to maintain yourself? Venye kibinafsi hivyo tu ujimaintain na bado una maintain marriage yako na bado una maintain familia yako. Mentality, how is it? How do you manage to do all that na bado uko hivi?
So mimi kitu yenye nasemanga siwezi kubali nichape. Na sitakubali ati sasa I'm married now I can't get bath ama sitaoga. Mimi I will take bath. Sitaki kujua mtoto wako na 1 week ama 2 weeks ama nini. Juu hivyo ndio mwanaume wako anaweza kuwa alikupenda kwa sababu wewe ni msafi. Umeanza kuacha kuwa msafi. Ataanza kufanya nini?
Ataanza kudistance.
Na si unaona. So unaona when you get married na uko na kids na nini, usijiachilie. Bado stand the same person. Mimi I will still be Evelyn. The same Evelyn mwenye alinimit. Sita change ati sasa now dressing code nianze kuchange. Nitavaa dera sawa. Si mbaya kuvaa dera. But bado still kuna time nitamtease.
Character yako inakuanga lazima nikae. So you should meet her like on a daily basis. Like unamuona tu amekaa hivi ameshika kapoda amejipaka hivi, like she's usually very smart. I've never seen you sijaona kama umebeat by the way, and you always amaze me because kuna watu hapa moms of ones wamejiachilia kabisa.
Sasa hiyo ndo shida yenye iko. Mtu afai kujiachilia. So mimi huwa na balance. Hii ni time yangu na my husband. Watoto wakae huko. Kwa sababu watoto bado hata wakikuja kwa life yenu, mjue tu watoi bado watawaacha, mtabaki wawili.
True.
Always mjuange mtabaki wawili. So why should I break that love? Why should I break that not taking shower because of my kids that now nashughulikia watoto? Nitashughulikia watoto, I will have time with my kids. My husband akikuja jioni, nita have time with him. Wakati wake nita have time. Sasa zingine hata tutaacha watoi tuende mahali tu sisi wawili. So ndio to continue making our marriage ikue beautiful. So for me, kuoga lazima, kujipodoa lazima, kukaa vizuri kwa mwanaume wangu lazima, nyumba yangu lazima ikue safi vile nataka, choo, bedroom napanga na badilisha. Usikaange sasa bedroom vile umepanga ni hivyo. Change. Eka hivi hata my husband anakuja umebeba hii kitanda baba ukapeleka hadi wapi? But unaona hivyo ndo niliamua because mimi niliamua nikiingia kwa marriage sitaki kutoka kwa hiyo marriage because mimi nimefail. Acha maybe partner wangu kama anataka kufail acha fail lakini not me. It is not me. Mimi asiniambie eti babe attention yako imechange now because you have kids. No, it won't change. Wewe utakuwa my husband, wao watakuwa my children.
Na wewe utakuwa Evelyn.
Na mimi nitakuwa Evelyn. Exactly hivyo. Nitakuwa Evelyn, nitakuwa wife to my husband, bado nitakuwa a mother to my kids.
That's amazing.
Na balance.
So people should know how to balance. Si ati umeingia na situation sasa uko tu
sasa tunaamua tinu watoto saa zingine hata wapeleke mali lipa mtu 200 kuangalia watoto kuje home ufanye vitu za
relax. Do you feel like Dirango plays a part in terms of making it easy for you? Dirango unaona kama ana play a part in making it easy?
Ana play a part kwa sababu sasa unaona yeye sasa ananisaidia hata mimi sijaikosa kukuwa na house girl. Nimekuwa na house girl so at least ananisaidia hata kama nimechoka but namwambia fanya hivi na hivi na hivi. No, mimi namguide vile nataka nyumba yangu ikae ama saa zingine nikiona niko na nguvu namsaidia hapa napanga hapa tunabadilisha. Unaona ananisaidia. So yeye analipa house girl but mimi huyu msichana ananisaidia. Ndio at least hata mimi pia akili yangu inafikiria.
Na pia I think also him as a husband unajua as much as when you get a house girl or something like that maybe most men wanakuanga zile like hapana wewe ndio unafai kupika, wewe ndio unafai kufanya, wewe ndio. So I think he doesn't give you that pressure. Anakuambia you know you do you wewe fanya venye unataka mimi nitakusupport. You support her, right? Tell us wetu ambie nini unaona unafanyanga to make her life easier as a mother of 3.
So for me as she said for me I married a partner and a helper.
Yes.
I never married a house help. So I had to make it clear that as much as I'm hustling out there, I'm having time to relax when I come back home, she should also be experiencing the same.
Yes.
And if you have someone who wants to help us in the house chores and we are going to pay her, it is a win-win situation. Watch her kuja and everything. But one thing I love about her is, as much as we have a house help there to help in 1, 2, 3 things, she actively takes role. I'm sure the couple of house helps that we've had in our house, they will attest that they've come out of that house even better. Because some of them come, they don't know how to cook. She trains them how to cook. Okay, comes, they don't know how to be. She's very organized, by the way. I know you can attest that. Yes. Very articulate. When you pay this to attention, small things. You can assume them, but they make a difference.
Yes.
And as much as she has a house help in the house, she also takes front, charge in even cooking. Like for example, most of the dinner, she's the one who does it.
Yes.
So the house help can do the other
the
lunch and all that.
Dinner.
You see the balance.
Yes.
So she has got some free time to unwind, to be her, to relax, to do her errands. Okay, because there's someone who is standing in the gap. And then she can be able to give me the best.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is where most men actually fail.
Yes.
Most men feel like I'm marrying my wife and I want this wife to be like she's the one who is always washing the clothes, always in charge of the house. This is your partner, kids and all that.
Unataka kumwona kifanya tu kila kitu.
Ukifika Ikifika jioni unatoka mezeka juu watu wameshinda wamempigia kelele anafanya hivi anafanya.
Na bado unataka wewe mwanamke akifika jioni amekufurahisha.
Kuna some activities unataka baadaye. So I think sometimes most men out there they are unfair to this gender, which is not right. Especially if you've decided to settle with this woman, give her the best if you can, okay? Within your means. And some of this support is like what you're doing, and me, as you said, I give her room to be who she is. If she feels like today I'm tired, I don't feel like doing 1, 2, 3 things, hey, my
Relax,
babe, come here. Vuruta hiyo pochi, wekelea mguu hapo. Wacha nikupige massage to relax, Netflix and chill. And maybe tusome constitution as mkurugenzi said.
I love that.
Vipenge viwili.
So maybe there's something that hivyo inanirabianga, it rubs me off, and it's something that people usually say sana, actually most men, when it comes to wakifua nguo anasema nitaoa bibi lini. Unajua, so umefikiria tu ni kama ni house help ama ni mtu amekuja kukusaidia kuosha nguo, ufikiri you know.
Actually, and that is what in the mentorship that I have with the boy child is to train them, as she said. She was looking for someone who is action oriented. We say taking initiative, that you're not just sitting there and wait people to push you to do things. So most men, they are like that. Unaona, yani because hizo nguo zimejaa pale ndiye anapata push ya kuzifua. But we actually encourage young men to be responsible, to take care of themselves first. Because I'm imagining in the situation whereby my wife is not feeling well. So will that mean that I don't cook? I don't take care of myself? I don't wash the clothes? No. You see, so it's a training that you start at an early age, so that when you get into marriage, it is something so easy to do. As opposed to, like I say again, in our generation, we were told kitchen is not
for men.
So you grow with that perspective, and I would say even me, when we were starting marriage, it affected me a bit. I would say that, baby, because you're feeling like, hey, what utanibebaje? If my kingsmen at home or the old men here that take part in the kitchen, but now you see. Look at the situation whereby she's not feeling well. Or maybe the pregnancy has taken a toll on her. Does that mean that now you just sit there and you sleep? Mkule story. No, you have to do something. You have to be a man of action. So I'm saying, I think generations have changed. And you have to see your wife or you see your husband as a partner. Not someone who is a slave or someone who has come to meet some needs in your life. No. We are also living. Okay? We are also living. And kama Evelyn angekuja into my life, bado ningeendelea kuishi, ningeendelea kufanya shughuli zangu za nyumba na 1 2 3. So ningeitafue. So life continues. So I think it's something that people should accommodate and appreciate.
So I'm going to ask Eva a question. There's a certain co-host of mine, anakuanga hi Tomgwar, how are you? So we had a certain episode and people were really mad. Watu walikasirika. So he asked me like, what do you bring to the table? Najua akasema I can cook for myself, I can clean for myself, I can get kuchi for 200 somewhere nini. So what can you bring to the table? Okay? So people there thought I was fumble because sikujibu, but mimi nilimshanga. I was like, okay, hii ni swali gani? This question of what do you bring to the table should be put to stop. Okay, so Eva naweza penda kukuuliza, what do you think you bring to the table when it comes to marriage? Pia naweza penda kusikia Dirango atasema what he thinks you brought to the table, because walisema a woman cannot upgrade a man, and it's fine. Let's say basi he can challenge a man. So let's advise these people. Watu washinanga kusema what do you bring to the table? Unaweza waambia ni what did you bring to the table to this marriage?
I brought a lot. I brought a car. I brought businesses. I brought so many things into his life.
You brought children?
I brought children.
You're a natural.
Very handsome boys, by the way. Very handsome. So, nimeleta a lot to his life. As in, niulize tu kwa nini nimebring what to the table.
I know, that's a very annoying question.
Because hata mimi kumpikia, I've brought him healthy-wise.
Alikuwa amekonda.
And nimembring to the table also him himself.
Yes.
Nimembring kwa table. Because nimemtake care. When he's sick, I'm there.
Yeah.
When he's down, I'm there. So namsupport emotionally, spiritually, namuombea. You see?
Yeah.
So as women, we have so many things that we do for our husbands.
Yes.
But hata kama sometimes men hawaoni, but please wanafaa kuona. Unaweza ona bibi yako haleti kitu, maybe she's not working or whatever, but ana hustle pale na watoto wa look good, wakue healthy, because anawapikia chakula mzuri, anawapatia chakula mzuri. So that is what we bring to the table.
Yes.
Si lazima eti to bring mkate ama the material things. Unaona?
Yeah.
But kuna vitu zenye tunaleta, maybe hata unaombeanga bwanako every day.
Yes,
Na hajui hata husband hajui. Una taking his shirt every morning like I do. Every morning before akienda tu bafu, mimi nachukua shati, nachukua longi, nachukua kiatu. I pray that God, please, I want you to give my husband favor as he steps.
Yes.
Make favor on his steps.
Yes.
Mtu akimwangalia tu hiyo shati aone tu favor. Put favor in his mouth, in his, you see?
Yes.
So hiyo inampatia favor when he's going there outside to hustle for us. Na anaenda anakam with something because of that favor, but hajui ni mimi nimemuombea hiyo shati.
Kweli.
Unaona?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot.
Dirango.
Actually, I'll say,
them.
bringing on the table, like
Yes.
she said, once I married her, things started working for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I wasn't driving when I met her. But as you're hearing, what she's bringing on the table is a prayer.
Yes.
Is a motivation.
Yes.
Is a challenge that you can be better, you can do better. Go for it, you can win. And without you knowing, you're driving. Because amekupush for the best.
Yes.
Unatoka pale, una give the best. Mambo inaanza kuenda vizuri, deals zinaivana.
Watoto wangu hawezi tembea saa hizi,
Job inakuwa poa.
Yes.
It's because she's there to motivate me. She's there to encourage me. She's there to push me, even the way amesema about prayer wise. Ananiombea anasema, Mungu bariki kazi ya mkono ya my husband. Okay? So whenever I'm hustling out there, I'm able to meet those, financial goals.
Yes.
Because she's been there to support me and to motivate me and all that.
Yes.
So that is something that the lady bring on the table. It's not always that. Like for example, I've never expected her to go and atafute inaitwa nini what of money, kitita cha pesa, akuje aniachilia hapo aseme bunch of nini, enda sasa ufanye kenye unataka kufanya. In fact, I have gotten more than that bunch of money that maybe I wanted to get from her. Okay,
True.
because of the motivation, because of the support, because of the prayer.
Yes.
Okay, and that's why I'm here today.
Yes.
And I feel fulfilled at the same time.
Yes.
Because at times, imagine a lady kama sasa, for example, for her ameenda huko ametafuta sasa, it's not bad to buy your man's car, okay?
Yes.
But imagine you've bought this car, of course you're feeling fulfilled because you've hustled for it, you've worked hard for it, but there's someone behind you who is praying that whatever deal you're pushing, whatever thing you're thinking so that you buy that car, prayer warrior, that is going to work. Okay, so she's bringing that on the table.
Yes.
All right,
Whoever
so
finds a wife finds a good
thing and find favor.
Exactly.
That is the favor yenye watu wengi wenye wamewana hawajui. By the way, acha nikuambie, you man, men wenye wako outside there, if you want to succeed in life, treat your wife well, make her smile, your kids will smile, will be happy.
Yes.
Because unaambiwanga wife akiwa happy, children will be happy, your family will be happy, your husband.
Wife, a happy home, a happy husband.
Exactly.
So
anafaa wajue that unafaa una make your family ndio inakuwa happy.
Ukweli.
So it is not all about what you bring on the table. Okay. There's a lot that we bring.
Exactly.
Yenye so bado watu wanaona it is hidden because it is haionekani, but behind the scene we do a lot.
Yes.
We cry.
Yes.
Please God, bless my husband for my children. Bless my husband for me. I want my children to lack.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So God ana provide a way. Ataenda asubuhi without a coin, jioni anakuambia babe na kuna deal nimepata.
Imeingiana.
Si ni hivyo?
Dirango, do you feel like 5 years without her in the picture, ungekuwa penye uko saizi?
For sure, I will not. First and foremost, the basic one is that he's given me honor as a man.
Yes.
There are some doors that will not have opened if I would not have mentioned the fact that I'm married.
Yes.
to one wife. And nowadays I always insist, who is a woman? Yeah. And there are some doors that will not have opened if I would not have mentioned that I'm a father. Okay. I'm a father of boys and all those things. Okay. So me, I feel life will not be, the same. Okay. Ningekuwa totally maybe confused gentleman somewhere, mwenye ana focus, mwenye ana goals, mwenye ana dreams, but she's here to put me on check.
Yes.
And to remind me, man, you have to be in your best behavior.
Yes.
Man, you have to put the best because you have a family that is looking up to you. You have boys who are looking up to you. Okay?
Yes.
And it actually brings the best out of me.
Exactly.
That from where she's pushing me and me being, the best that I can for this family, I then translate that to the society. I become the best, okay? And that's how I am able to get even platforms to speak to other sons and other boys out there from other families, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, even I say, as much as mentorship is my purpose and something that keeps me going, but I'm sure there are parents who will not have opened that door if they will not have identified with me as a parent. Because, you need to be in a space whereby you understand these challenges firsthand.
Yes.
But imagine now you're coming there, you're saying you mentor boys, but you have not even raised... So you can't resonate with the challenges that are out there of parenting and raising kids. So I'll say, 5 years without her, hey man, sijui hata ningekuwa wapi. Ningekuwa different, priorities ingekuwa too upside down. But I thank her that she's in my life, and life now has meaning because of the family. Life has a focus, has a goal, has vision. But then she asked me once in a while because once she asked me about my vision.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that she bought into Alingia box is because of the vision that I have.
Yes.
So once in a while, anaonanga sometimes maybe nasahau anakuja ananiambia,
that was your vision.
Ile vision tumefika wapi.
Namkumbushanga time wenye alikuwa amemaliza form 4, alikuwa anatuanga masidi za hizo journalism. So namkumbushanga, namwambia unakumbuka there was a gentleman mwenye alikudiscouraging hadi ukastop kutoa hizo nini. So please do it, ndo mali yuko. So one day atasema this is the guy mwenye alikuwa anatuanga hizo masidi, but kuna time nilimdiscourage and here
this is the platform. So I have a question. You said when we were talking, you said my only wife. So it wanted me to dive into polygamy. Najua me nowadays, most of the men I usually find wanasemanga me want to be in a polygamous family. Polygamy, I'm like, okay, mbona since when polygamy imekuwa trend hivi? Do you when mtu ushaisema ati unaweza kuongeza bibi ama unaweza taka kwa polygamous ama unaweza advise aje?
Me, by the way, I will say one is a waste of time, waste of energy, waste of resources. Man, just find your person. Where we give her the best. Have life, man. Life una live once. The way you want her to look. Make her that way. Like for example, Mimi in Angalega, I'm like, there is nobody who can match to my wife. You see? And some of these things is a personal decision.
Yes.
You decide that I'm going to commit to my wife, I'm going to commit to my family, I'm going to commit to my boys, okay?
Yes.
And you see, me, I always say, one of the things when you are old and feeble in your sick bed, I think one of the most important things that our memory that will come in your mind when you breathing the last is your family.
Yes.
Was I a good husband?
Yes.
Was I a good father?
Yes.
Those are some of the things that are going to give you so much fulfillment.
Yes.
It is not, maybe pain. If you are bad, you're going to feel a lot of regret.
Yeah, of course.
Me, I'm
hata unaogopa kukufa.
Yeah, sure.
Naenda wapi?
Actually, that's the truth. Actually, what I look forward is, I want to be so good to my wife and to my boys and to maybe the people that are around me, so that even in that point where I have challenges, I have people who can surround me, people who will be there to stand with me. But then imagine, wewe uko huku, uko kule. Let me tell you, it never augurs well with people who are polygamous or people who have got side chicks. One, side chick ako pale kukukamua. Nothing else. Hakuna kitu ingine.
Hakuna mapenzi hapo.
But imagine a woman like her, the way we've started together, hustling together, the way he's seen me grow from one level to another. I respect her for that. Okay? And she's been part of my journey. But someone else hatajua to the hustle that we've had.
Yeah.
Hatajua where we're coming from. So for her intention is to make sure that this man anakakona kakitu. Hiyo kakitu nataka tu kule proper.
Yeah.
So when that kakitu is over, hata na shughuli na yako. Yeah, and of course hiyo kitu itaisha wakati you are in your sick bed. Do you think she'll be there?
No.
You can't give her anything.
Marafiki wako ma side chick they will never be there. Your wife and your children watakuwa hapo.
And me I say by the in marriage, and also we always encourage each other with my wife. It's better we have personal weaknesses. Like for example, I don't do something so well. I don't the way I talk, maybe it's not something so pleasing. It is something within me.
Yes.
Other than bringing a third party.
Yeah, true.
No.
Yeah.
A third party is like you have already
made a decision.
Make a decision or start
you don't want. Yeah. And then me nasemanga, it's good to be content. Mimi today, if my wife today ni mwache niende huko kunja kutafuta na kwanza nasikia soko ni chafu vibaya sana. Yeah. You see, one thing I always say is my wife has already 80% from the fact that we've lived with her for all those years, from the fact that I feel like yes, she's the one, she's already having 80% that I want from her.
Yes.
Sasa the only thing that most people look for is the 20%. So they forget the 80%, focusing on the 20%. Yeah. It's not wise. Yeah. Alafu utapata the first days of maybe dating, it's all rosy. Yeah, you're there, nini. But reality dawns. Utaka like 3 years, then you're like, hey, I wish my wife, ule wife nilikuwa na is better than this other person.
Okay.
So hakuna mahali ati there's someone who is 100%.
Eka mtu wako vile unataka. Mimi nasema eka mtu wako vile unataka. If you want your wife to look good because unaona mwanamke mwingine she's looking good. Give her room to look good. Give her money to look good.
When you're upgrading her.
Si ndio usiende kupeana side chick na bibi yako anakuwa drained na bado wako na watoto wako. Hata feel vibaya sana. And it is not healthy for her, for your kids and for you as a husband. It is not healthy.
So wewe huwezi itikia kwa kupata bibi wa pili?
Asiwezi kubali. Mimi nikipata bibi wa pili sasa si amechoka na mimi na hanitaki. Kwa nini nikae hapo bibi wa kwanza nikae nakaa nikifanya nini?
That's very true.
Tunamalizana hivyo.
Okay. So how do you keep your love and friendship? Because of course for you to be together you have to be best friends. You have to be friends. Sindio? Because most of the time you guys mko tu pamoja. Sindio? So how do you keep your love and friendship spark? How do you spark up your relationship? Ni nini mnafanyanga ndo mnakuwa bado mboeki?
So kitu yenye tunafanyanga yenye natufanya atuboeki ni tuna changing environment. Hata saa zingine tunawezaenda kwa mtu beste, tukae hapo to have fun nini, mtu maybe ako na extra room. Tunalala hapo, tunabadilisha at least the same room yenye tulikuwa. So at least tuna change room hivyo. Alafu tuko na what else can I say?
Yeah, so actually I'll support that because sometimes you're confined in that same house.
Yes.
And you might feel tired, and you're doing the same thing the same way. So inakuwa monotonous, the same. So unachoka tu, and sometimes inaweza anza kuwa hiyo spark. So when I see that is the best time to look for some nice hotel, go do dinner, look for some nice road trip. Sometimes we take advantage of the mentors that I have because I'm called to different places. Like last week when we were in Embu. So you take that time, that can drive alone, and that can different environment. And actually she was able to appreciate that you don't need to live in Nairobi only. There are places outside Nairobi that are good. And you see that. And then the other thing is you do things together, as you're saying. Most of the time we are together, by the way. And we don't get tired to be together. And even my boys, sometimes they complain. Because they're like, hey, niaje, see, we can't tuna hang out. I'm like, not a problem. Tunakuja na madam. And they're like, hey, wewe na huo madam wako.
I remember there's a pastor of ours, Pastor Felix. Kuna time alikuwa anasema nikiona Dirango mahali najua Evelyn kwa round. Nikiona Eva hata supermarket wakiona tu Dirango, they know that unless siko maybe.
That's amazing.
And it keeps on the spark going on. Because you're doing things together. You put things on the table. You're sharing everything. So you're one. You're one. not just by saying but even the practicality.
Hamjai kaidi mseme no like Dirango, I need some space, I need like to be alone, tunaonana sana, wenda bed, wenda sitting, kama nimetoka kidogo, hamjai fika hapo.
Mimi simpatiangi hiyo chance. Yeah, we are one. So we mahali huko tuko pamoja. So kama unataka space, kaa hapo, mimi niko hapa.
Mimi nataka sasa zingine nawaambia babe umenibo, mimi nataka nitoke, lakini haezi nipatie hiyo chance kwa anasema siwezi kupatia chance, wewe ni wangu, utakaa hapo ukasirike, ukimaliza kukasirika ni hivyo. Na tutawatch movie by the way, ataka movie to watch, nitajipata nimemuuliza kitu. Hivyo ndo tumeanza kuongea na ndo hivyo my feelings zimeisha.
So my question is, when like you mentioned about you guys going out and your boys were like, mama, how do you usually keep your friends? Because unajua it's very nice to have boundaries with your friends and your wife.
Mimi what I say is
ni semeni nimekaliwa lakini mimi naleta bibi yangu.
Mimi you see what happens, or the decision that we made is you have to walk with the people that you resonate the same. You have the same values, okay? So most of our friends, they are people who appreciate marriage, who appreciate the fact that when I'm walking around with my wife, I'm not seen less of a man. Actually, it's a strength, okay? So if you can't hold to that, we've come to our conclusion that we no longer need you. Yeah. So it's not you dictating our lives. It is us dictating how you want you to be part of our life.
I love that.
So mimi hata nikishow up, my boys wanakubali, this is one of our boys. And anakuja na bring the vibe and we move on. You see, and it is fun. Like for example, which other fun can you have without your wife? And you're there with her. It is good by that too, and sometimes she gives me that opportunity.
Yes.
Kuna ile time ana feel it's too much but if you can have most opportunities to be with her, it is better. Even with her, that is the same thing. Hata wakati mwingine najipatanga in awkward situations where she's having her girlfriends and all that and I'm there, but at least niko hapo. Niko hapo, and it's something which actually continues, sparking our marriage. Hata tunakuwa na story by the way. Unajua sometimes story huisha. So utaenda useme kuna jamaa bana, ile siku hiyo shati you have something that you can talk about.
That's nice. So question yangu nyingine ni because most of the people most of the couples wanatanga excuse for them not carrying their wives along, ama kubeba their husbands along, ni tunapigana, tunabishana, because actually there's some couples wakiendanga out kazi yao ni kupigana. Umeangalia ule, umefanya nini? So inafika point hadi uko like, you know what, tukienda out hata tunaingia kama tumetoka,
kama tunakasirikiana tukirudi.
So ever, because I'm sure this most of the time it's women who trigger these things. Unajua